Hey guys, I'm Bobby from Adventures in Whiskey. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to look at Old Overholt Bottled and Bond Rye Whiskey. What's bottled and bond? So back in 1897, the Bottled and Bond Act was passed. In a nutshell, it means that the whiskey labeled as bonded or bottled and bond comes from one distillery in one distilling season, so usually the spring or the fall, aged 4 years in a bonded warehouse, and is bottled at 100 proof. In a nutshell, that's what that is. So you sort of know what you're getting. It's a bit of a premium whiskey versus just a straight raw, bourbon or rye whiskey that's only 2 years old. You know this is 4 years old. Good stuff. It could be older, but it has to be at least 4 years old, and most of them are. So Old Overholt, it's a brand that's been around for ages. It's now owned by Jim Beam. You find the standard version of Old Overholt at or near the bottom shelf for some reason. It's not a bad whiskey. It's just a little young for my taste, and the drink's neat. But when it comes to mixing a cocktail and an old-fashioned Manhattan, it fits the bill. It's nice. So adding to their brand is this extension, Bottled and Bond. This runs about $25 a bottle. It's brand new. It uses Beam's only rye mash bill. I'm not sure I know what that is. I don't think they've released that information, but if you know what Beam's mash bill is, the rye mash bill, comment below, let me know. Let's get to it. The nose is nice. First off, I'm picking up a little bit of alcohol fume. But that subsides right away. And there's a nice, nice sweet rye bread. Obviously a little caramel, a little bit of vanilla. And a slightly nutty quality, which is something you find in a lot of Jim Beam products. The nose has some depth. It doesn't smell uber young, but again, it's at least 4 years old. Cheers. That's not bad. Not bad at all. So, 100 proof means you get a nice burst of flavor. It's got a buttery quality about it. Those rye spices are there. The rye grain sort of sits in the back, almost like a toasted piece of rye bread. Those sweet grainy notes. And by the way, the rye here doesn't come across as sharp. Sometimes rye is very kind of a sharp grain. Not so much here. That could be because maybe, and I'm guessing here, the Jim Beam rye mash bill, which again I don't know, but I'm guessing, doesn't have too much rye above the legal limit. To be a straight rye whiskey, you have to have at least 51% rye in the mash bill. I'm guessing this is close. So those rye spice notes are balanced with like a caramel chew, something really creamy. It's like when you make your own caramel, when you've got the sugar in the water and then you add some cream. That's what I'm getting, like a really creamy caramel. like a chewy caramel. There's a little bit of vanilla, not too much. And there's also a the sweetness here isn't doesn't feel manufactured. It's not cloying by any means. It's not bad. It's not uber complex, but it's complex enough to keep things interesting. It's not one to, you know, sip for a good hour and a half and contemplate what you're tasting. This is a pour it and sip it and enjoy it. The finish, continues on that balance of sweet and spicy. You get a lot of like almost a cinnamon candy that just stays on your tongue for a little while. Followed by some very light rye notes. All in all, not bad. I wouldn't hesitate to pour this on a you know, a Friday night as a daily drinker or whatever. Neat. I generally don't put ice or water in my my whiskeys unless they're super high strength or I really feel like chilling out and in the middle of summer, especially down here in New Orleans, when it gets really hot. But I would venture to say an ice cube in that would be fantastic. I can see this in an old fashioned or Manhattan, or even I know you're supposed to. The traditional modern julep is uses bourbon. That can make for an interesting julep as well. Anywho, thumbs up. $25, you can't go wrong. If you like rye and you don't want any of that like dill note, no dill note in here. Not like you get in MGP rye whiskeys. It's pretty well balanced. It's nice. Again, $25, you can't go wrong. If you've had Old Overholt Bonded rye whiskey, please comment below. Let me know what you think. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I'll see you soon. Cheers.